Welcome to Writing Your Research Paper. This is Part 1, Researching Your Topic. I'm Jean Reynolds. Research papers are important assignments. They teach you how to think critically, evaluate information, organize your thoughts, and showcase yourself in what you know. Research assignments help you develop the critical thinking skills needed for success in college and professional life. In years to come, you'll do research about consumer decisions, voting, travel, health choices, investments, and many other topics. The 5 parts of the Writing Your Research Paper series will teach you how to complete a research paper step by step. Today we're focusing on the first step in a research project, finding information. You begin the research process by reading. At this stage, you need to learn about your subject, think about it, and start asking questions. Students often wonder about using Wikipedia. It can be a good place to start, but remember that it's basically a list of information. Encyclopedias record facts. They aren't intended for critical thinking. You want to look for information that's gone through a quality control process, such as professional books and articles. A peer review is a professional evaluation process. Experts read the book or article and submit detailed reports. Often they ask for changes and corrections. Sometimes they even reject the book or article. Edward Berlin is an expert who's been researching ragtime, the topic of our model research paper, for many years. Research takes time and costs money. It often involves travel, personal interviews, and long hours in libraries. Much of Edward Berlin's information about ragtime came from old newspapers. Many books take at least a year to write. Professional articles in magazines, journals, and online sources are also good resources. Beware of amateur websites. Anyone can put up a website. There's no quality control process on the internet. You want to look for websites associated with a reputable organization or institution. A librarian can help you evaluate print and online sources for quality and accuracy. While you're reading, you should take lots of notes. Index cards are especially useful because you can move them around later when you're organizing your research paper. Be sure to record basic facts about each source: author, title, year, publisher, and date. You'll need that information later for your works cited page. Throughout this process, you need to think about showcasing your research skills. That means making choices that spotlight your commitment to excellence, such as carefully editing and proofreading your work. The works cited page is an excellent place to show that you're a competent researcher. This is an alphabetical list of your sources at the end of your research paper. But it's not just a reading list. Good researchers go to some trouble to ensure that they've included the best sources. This means finding out who the top authorities are about a particular person or topic. For example, if you're writing about the life of Abraham Lincoln, you need to mention Carl Sandburg. If you're writing about Shakespeare's Hamlet, you should mention Ernest Jones and his Oedipal theory. Our topic is ragtime, and our works cited list includes a dozen sources. I wanted the works cited list to be up to date, so I included a recent article about ragtime from the Journal of Aesthetic Education. I also included a classic book about ragtime first published back in 1950. It's called They All Played Ragtime. Some of the information is out of date, but this was the first book ever written about ragtime, so it's important, and I made sure it was included. You can see that both resources are included in the works cited list. Now, how do you know which sources to include? One answer is to ask a librarian. Librarians are information experts. I often seek their help with my own research projects. You can also check an encyclopedia. Many encyclopedia entries include a recommended reading list. Wikipedia entries don't, however. Here are some questions you should be asking yourself as you're reading. Is there a problem, question, or angle that interests me? How will I focus my paper? What point do I want to make about my topic? Which sources seem most useful? Which sources seem most reliable? It's helpful to think of the research process as a stairway. When you have a good overview of your subject, it's time to move on to the next step, focusing on an angle or viewpoint and writing your thesis. We'll cover these tasks in part 2. You can get a head start by reading a model research paper free at www.ragtimeresearchpaper.com. Please take a few minutes to look at it. You'll see how it's organized and how all the parts work together. Be sure to watch all the parts in the Writing Your Research Paper series at www.researchpapersteps.com. If you'd like to sharpen your writing skills, go to Amazon.com for a free preview of my book, What Your English Teacher Didn't Tell You. And remember to check out the free resources at www.writewithjean.com. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.